We hope you all had a terrific Thanksgiving weekend, and welcome back to another edition of the Optimized Weekly Market Recap. I'm Matthew McGrath, and as always, for today's recap, we'll take a look at last week's activity in the markets, as well as what we're watching for in the week ahead. The S&P 500 managed to snap a string of 4 negative weeks in a row, posting a gain of just over 50 basis points. While the Dow fell slightly, the Nasdaq rose nearly 2%, and the TSX fell, unfortunately, a little over 1.5%. Looking at sector performance, both technology and communications were the best performing sectors by far, each up over 2% on the week, whereas energy and consumer staples were certainly the weaker performers. Looking at the events from this past week, the big news certainly was U.S. employment numbers. The U.S. reported an impressive addition of 336,000 jobs in September, along with an upward revision of another 119,000 jobs to the past 2 months. The data is certainly continuing to show just how resilient the U.S. economy has been. On a similar note, Canada added 63,000 positions in September, shattering expectations, and wage growth continued to accelerate. The strong job numbers for both the Canada and the U.S. is certainly putting everyone's forecast for the economy that much more optimistic, but also shows that a rate hike is likely still on the table for both countries. We also saw U.S. manufacturing data continuing to normalize as production expanded, new orders shrunk, and supply chains continued to improve. This likely reflects easing inflationary pressure in the coming months. For the week ahead, however, on Wednesday and Thursday, the publication of September's U.S. inflation data will certainly attract a lot of attention. As always, inflation figures will be watched closely by the Fed while they factor in this data into their next interest rate decision, especially in light of the very strong data that we just saw in the past week. Lastly, several influential financing sector earnings reports land toward the end of the week, including JP Morgan, Citigroup, BlackRock, and Wells Fargo. With a short but very eventful week ahead of us, until next time, thanks for watching and see you soon.